Welcome to Rauta. This video is done in commercial collaboration with our sponsor, Steelfest. Hejsan också and welcome to Norwegian Black Metal Review. Maybe this is too much Swedish, not enough Norwegian, but let's get it going. So, past few years, a lot of bands with some kind of a devil if you will, have been incorporated among the names. We have Djevelkult and Norwegian. So it's easy to kind of get all these names mixed up and figure out which band was actually which one, especially if you're not coming from Norway and that name just rolls out of on the top of your tongue easily. Now, Djevelkult is here with the third album, and by the way, name, if you didn't figure it out already, means devil cult, roughly. And this third album, Drep, Alle, Guder, I had to use Google Translation for this because I wasn't sure, means kill all gods, more or less. And this is one is a curious band. I mean, they have been pretty active past, I don't know, 10 years or so, and the quality of the releases have been quite good. I mean, never slipped exactly to mediocrity, but never made it to the so-called A class, A series of Norwegian black metal. So not really ready to challenge what could be seen as the Norwegian golden era, or whatever. But this being said, that doesn't mean they don't have a story to tell or something worthwhile to share, because I mean, Norwegian black metal hasn't really been the same since the 90s, when a lot of older bands either quit or just kind of started to decline into something different. So it's always interesting to hear what these newer bands have to offer, what kind of a punch they're ready to, flail at you, because after all, so many other countries, pouring with interesting and good bands. So Norway isn't exactly in the same position where it used to be back in the 90s. Now, personally, I have gone through some of the previous Djevelkult in the past, and indeed, they are pretty good. But with the third album, something is now different. Unfortunately, I don't have the CD here for you to unbox here in Spain, and all my CDs in Finland. So bear with me, just peer review and showing you the stuff here on Metal Archives as background. Now, those previous albums I mentioned have been quite good, but not worth a cigar. But is Drep, Alle, Guder in fact better or worse than the previous ones? Now I'm gonna just spill it out and say things you were not hoping to hear. This is not as good as the previous albums. But before you start ranting all over the net how this Rauta guy is all wrong and then blah blah blah, let's be calm about it. The thing here is, it's not a lot worse either. It's just not as powerful or catchy as the previous releases. The difference might be small, but it's something worth noticing. This one runs for some 34 minutes with 8 tracks, and basically there's nothing wrong with it. Thing here is, it's kind of a melodic, it's kind of a groovy, it's easy to listen to it, but I have to say it out loud. It's not as good as it really could be. Some of the melodies are just more like filler before killer kind of a material. That is to say, they're like kind of a good and all that stuff, but also at the same time you're wishing why they didn't improve from the previous albums, why they more like took a step back. And when it comes to the less melodic but kind of a groovier elements of the album, everything is pretty basic standard. Can't really hate it, can't really praise it. And as a result, this is like somewhere in the middle. It's almost like avoiding being too melodic, which then again results the album is like a bit halfway where they are supposed to go. Or the other way around, maybe they should have cut a lot of those melodies and focus on the kind of more grim parts of the album. I'm talking about bands like Gorgoroth or Ergehal, Carpathian Forest, and now it seems like Djevelkult is on a crossroads. Like, should we go more melodic, or should we go actually the less melodic but more grim and darker ways? Technically speaking, this kind of stuff could lead them to, say, bigger audience, bigger stages and all that stuff. So I kind of, I guess it's tempting to do that, more approachable, if you will. But at the same time, I feel like they're giving in, for success and not making as good music. This is just me saying that. You might totally disagree and be totally fine about this third album. Like said, however, the difference between the first two albums and this third album is not big. It's noticeable, but nothing major. That being said, however, I must say I am tad bit disappointed. I guess I was expecting the band kind of you know, become better version of itself, being more grim, evil, dark, kicking down church doors and all stuff. Now it's more like let's handshake with the fellow men and like say this is the black metal. But like I said, this is worth giving a shot. This is not bad by no means. It's pretty decent of an album, easy to get into, easy to listen, easy to imagine, these guys playing a decent show on whatever metal festival there is to cater Norwegian black metal bands. But it's not ready to challenge the classics. Not by a mile. So I guess we'll keep waiting for these guys to really mature and become the grim beast they're supposed to be. Because I feel it's coming. This is not just the album we were waiting for, hoping for, and all that stuff. Links are included in the description box, so give it a go and check it out for yourself. And of course, if you prefer a physical copy, that is already available, as well as on streaming services for you who don't care about physical copies. Take care, and always looking forward to listen to your opinion or read about it with the comment section. Take care.